Hey, GameStop reported a $488 million loss over the last quarter, the last 3 months. And if you look at their stock over the last 5 years, it's down from about $50 a share to $13 a share. So their current business model is just not working. They need to try to turn things around somehow. And what they're doing right now is just not getting the job done. And I like GameStop. I mean, I like going to a physical store and actually talking to an employee or talking to another customer about a game. It's nice. You know, you can't really get that much anymore. You have to communicate with people online, and it's nice to have that one-on-one experience that you don't get online. So I'm hoping that they can pull this out and turn things around, but it's just the way that the current business model is going right now, I don't know how much longer they have until they end up going bankrupt, similar to what Blockbuster did 10 years ago. So what's hurting GameStop? I mean, it's obvious that it's the digital sales that's hurting them. People are buying their games online. They're not going to the store anymore. They're buying games like on bestbuy.com. They're getting the physical version sent to them, or even more and more people now, they're just buying the digital game altogether, because gamers now, they have the resources to do the research. They can look up the reviews. They can look up the Let's Plays of the game, and they can see if this is really actually a game that they want to buy before they buy it. It's not like the old days where someone would buy a game and then they didn't like it, so they traded it into GameStop and then they bought another game from GameStop. That was the business model that GameStop thrived on. That's what they loved. But no, gamers are smart now. They don't want to purchase games anymore that they know they're not going to like. So they do the research and they know what they want to get. Another thing that's hurting GameStop, and it's also digital sales related, is these games that people are buying. There's so many sales after the original purchase. Fortnite, for example, you know, you buy a game. I mean, in that case, Fortnite's free, but on top of you purchasing the game, then you just buy all these digital goods. You just make these purchases through Xbox or PlayStation or Switch, however you do it, PC, and then you don't even have to go to a store because you just buy them online. And developers are loving that because they make money twice from us gamers. They make money once when they sell us the game, then they make money again when they sell us the digital goods inside of the game. And GameStop is not getting a chunk of that. You know, in the past they get money from the developers because developers have to sell, or publishers would sell it to GameStop, and then GameStop will get a chunk of it when they sell it to us. Nope, they're selling it right to us. I'm sure that the different stores that they're selling through are getting a chunk of it, but it's probably not as much as GameStop would get, because GameStop has to pay employees, they have to pay rent in all those different locations all across the country, and it's just too expensive, and that's why they're losing $500 million in one quarter. So GameStop knows that digital sales are hurting them, and that's why they tried over the last few years to change things up in their stores. You know, they have board games, they have clothing, they have all kinds of other random stuff now, but if they're losing $500 million in a quarter, it's obvious that strategy isn't working. So what they need to do is they need to think of a different strategy that's actually going to work. They need to completely change their business model. And I don't know what that means, but if they don't do it, they're going to turn out to be like Blockbuster about 10 years ago in 2008, when they were really struggling to companies like Netflix and Redbox. And then they tried to come out with their own streaming service, but it was already too little too late. It was like 2 years before they went bankrupt or something. And then they didn't have enough traction with it, and they failed, unfortunately. So GameStop, what they need to do to change their business model, I don't know, maybe they can turn some of the game stores into gaming internet cafes. You know, I know there's a big in other countries. In the United States, it seems like people like to play out of their house a lot, but maybe they can try to change that. Maybe GameStop can start publishing their own games so they get a chunk of that money that's going right to the developers and the publishers. They can get a piece of that action. They need something, because this strategy right now, unfortunately, it's just not working. And like I said, I don't want to see them go out of business, but it's only a matter of time before they're bankrupt at this current rate that they're doing, where they're losing $500 million in every 3 months. And unfortunately, it's only get worse because more and more gamers are getting used to purchasing digital games online and not going to the store to purchase them anymore. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.